Well, today's Sunday, it's the 16th of April 2023, and we're back in Palmanova. The sun's shining, it's parasol time because it's really warm. I've got my hat on. We've just been to Calvia, they've had a fair up there, but now we're going for a little walk down into Palmanova. And looking forward to seeing the changes, places that are opened up. So across the road you've got Majorca, that's always been opened, and the other bar next to that, the Heladeria, and get the ice creams. It is a Sunday, so some shops are closed, of course. So a stamping place here which does t-shirts, closed, but I think when we get down to the front we're going to see a little bit more lively, because we're going to see a little bit more holiday scenes. So Anita's bought some lottery tickets, so for cancer?
No, for Andy's, for cancer, for Andy's memorial. 9 years since he died.
Is it?
Yeah.
Wow. A friend of ours who died of cancer 9 years ago, it's unbelievable. If you feel anything energetic, there's bicycles for hire. Some of them maybe even of the electric variety.
You really need to come here because I really liked it here.
Agimoli.
Yeah.
It's open now. So, Anita says it's one of the places she wants to come do lots of different tapas, and we particularly do like tapas. And next to that, sakana, all your sushi and noodles and all those sorts of things, very popular. Used to be across the road, which is now called Besiki. I think they actually do a similar sort of menu. And next to that, the Jaipur Tandoori. We've not been to either of the Japanese, so I can't recommend those. The Jaipur, nice Indian restaurant. We've been there a few times and never been disappointed. On the corner there, there's a pizzeria, a pizzetta. Not a place we've ever been to, and well, I'm waiting for reports on that one. Some people have told me how good it is, and some were not so impressed, but give it a go.
See, it's beautiful.
And one of our favourites, the Mai Tai. They used to do a menu del dia. I'm not sure whether they still do that.
In the week they do.
In the week they do a menu del dia. We've had the menu del dia, been very good, and we also go in the evening sometime. Well, it's looking busy, isn't it? It's a traffic jam on a Sunday in Palmanova.
Monday to Friday.
So there you go, Menu del Dia. They do mojitos, they do cocktails, $8.80 for the mojito and the cocktails. Menu del Dia, that's Monday to Friday from 1 o'clock to 4 o'clock, that's €14.50. And of course, always a good idea to reserve pretty much anywhere now. It's any good in Palmanova, you'll need to reserve. Just going to cross over here. And look at the difference between now and 2 weeks ago when we were here. The sunbeds are out, the parasols are out, and there's quite a few people on the beach. The temperature's going up. And there's a green flag out. It's a bit windy, a bit breezy, but it's from the north, so the sea's fairly calm. And just across the way we've got all the bars and restaurants, most of which are now open and ready for business. The taxis are out in force, so it's starting to feel a lot like summer. You can make that into a song, darling. Beginning to feel a lot like summer everywhere I go. Yeah, so the fact that the flags are out, I'm assuming means there's a lifeguard on duty. That's always a good sign. We start to get lots of people on the beach, just to make sure everyone's safe.
The lavender.
And the lavender's looking good.
Mine is in the garden too.
Always like to brush up against it, have a little smell. It still smells so good. And it does.
Not many bees on it, are there?
It's probably a bit early, but there are some. I can see some bees now. Oh, it's actually quite a few. We did come along here a year or so ago, and there was a bee's nest in one of the trees. And the local authorities had to come and sort it out. Can Black looking busy as always. Lots of tables reserved because it's coming up now to lunchtime, particularly on a Sunday. The normal time for lunch on a Sunday is around about 2 o'clock, I would say. And we're just getting up to that now. Beginning to feel a little bit overdressed with my trousers on. Nearly shorts time, dear. See, the palm trees have had a trim. There's the beehive, La Colmena, looking busy as ever. Gentleman who used to serve us there has also retired. He's joined the...
Hello.
We love your video. Fantastic.
Thanks very much.
Okay, take care.
The hotel across the road there is open. The temperatures, well, I suppose officially it's probably in the very low 20s, 21, maybe 22. Once you're out of the the wind and you're in the sun, it does feel a lot warmer than that. And you need your parasol, your suntan cream. Don't forget the sun cream. We did. We must have taken it out. So for us, this is actually what we call the first beach. So it's the first beach we come across when we're coming to Palmanova, and this one is actually going to be designated, or is designated, a non-smoking beach. And more of the beaches in Mallorca are being designated as non-smoking beaches. Still not sure, I don't think anybody's sure how they're going to enforce that, but well, we'll wait and we'll see. Quite often asked about toilets, and just as we're walking along, big sign, I've not really noticed it before, I'm sure it must have been there, but it says WC, and it does have facilities for disabled people, so there we've got ladies and gentlemen, and we've got one for the disabled. Just a slight ramp as you go down, and a small step, but not very much. So lots of people on the beach, and even a few of the daring ones in the sea, and paddling and swimming. The sea actually looks really nice. It's very clear, and just a few small ripples. In the last day or two, there have been 6 or 8 feet waves in different parts of the island, but that obviously depends on which way the wind is blowing. And at the moment the wind is coming from the north, and we're in the south, so we're very much sheltered. I think it's going to spin around a little bit and come from the southwest, so we might get some wind later on. But for the moment, the sea looks really calm, just some gentle waves against the beach, and lots of people on the shore enjoying that. Well, I'm going to go up the steps, and I'm going to turn the camera off as I go huffing and puffing my way up. Well, I've made it to the top. And it's always nice looking down at the water here, just seeing how clear it is. All the people on the beach, and lots of people climbing the steps. 1 or 2 boats and jet skis out there as well. Just let the people all go past. Oh, we're going to have a photo now. Selfie time. Right, we've had the selfie done. It's move on time. Is that a black cormorant, is that, darling? Yeah, you probably can't see that in the video, it's quite a way out. And there are some swimmers in the far distance who are near the buoys. Some dogs. Oh, one dog's just slipped and fell into the water. Must be a bit slippy down there. Photo time. Right. So this is the beach, which is the one that's designated for the doggies and has the interesting geological features. Just done our good deed of the day, taking a family photo. Majorca. And I don't know how often we've done this walk, but it's always beautiful, and it's always goes. You have that wow feeling as you come along and you see the sun glistening on the sea, the boats in the distance, the beaches, and you hear the ripple of the water.
How lucky we are to live here.
Yeah. I can't tell you how many times we've said that. It's lovely to go and visit the family in England, but it's lovely to be home and enjoy Mallorca. And this will be our 38th year. Crikey. 38 años. That's a long, long time. So I always just refer to this as the middle beach. And always a lot of volleyball activity. Although at the moment there's only a few people actually playing. I think maybe the rest have just gone for lunch, because that's the time. And again, we've got a few people braving the April sea. We usually wait till July. Down a few steps. I'm risking leaving the camera on now. I usually turn it off. Bouncing down the steps. Not literally. Now the breeze is picking up. So having no breeze, it was suddenly very breezy. So, according to the newspapers, one of the tourist data collectors have said that this year is going to be a bumper year, and possibly a bumper year of bumper years. So, quite often they compare with 2019, which was pre-pandemic. But then later in the article it said actually 2018 was a better year than 2019. And compared with that, they're expecting quite a lot of bookings, extra bookings, up 20, maybe 30% even. And they did put a little proviso and said that that doesn't count cancellations. So apparently people book and then cancel. I'm not really very au fait with all of this, but they expect cancellations to be down. So across the road is the Hotel Tropico. Get lots and lots of comments about the Hotel Tropico. People who've stayed there, people who are expecting to stay there. Well, if you're expecting to stay there, it's open, and there's people sitting out on the terrace by the road there. And well, it's looking good from the outside. In all of these statistics, they were talking about the number of British compared with German and French. And the number of British has not increased by the same amount as the French and the German. So this sort of big increase in tourism is coming largely from more German and French bookings. So we'll see what happens. They fully expect the British market to start picking up in the post-Easter period. So now. Another interesting thing, there's a Malaga seems to get 3 times as many German tourists as they do British tourists. More than 3 times.
Why is that?
I don't know. Malaga, really beautiful place. Went there for our first time when we went to see Andre Real. and really enjoyed it, and certainly a place that we would like to go back to and spend a little bit more time exploring the city itself and some of the surrounding area. Just a quick look across the road. Bars, coaches delivering tourists. And the beach full of people enjoying the sunshine. Saw a post from Leapy Lee to say that he's going to be at the Tropico for his umpteenth season. Forgot what number he said, but he's been doing it as a show there at the Hotel Tropico for many, many years, and he's been invited to go back. Doing a centenary. Is that right, Lee? You're doing a centenary? It was Anita that said that, not me. Last time we saw him, he was hobbling around. He'd actually broken a bone in his foot, so he was on crutches. So I hope you get well soon. Had quite a few comments I've seen about the Senses Hotel. It used to be Senses Palmanova, was it last year? But now it's called the Reverence Mar Hotel. And some people saying just what a wonderful hotel it is. I actually visited last year. Had to go and pick something up from the hotel. And the manager took time to show me around the hotel, took me up to the roof terrace, and we could have a look all around. It is a very nice hotel. I believe it's adults only, so if that's your thing, it's right across the road from the beach, so you just come down and just behind the Dolphin there, Dolphin restaurant, there's a gate that takes you into the pool area of the Reverence Mar Hotel. One bar I've got to go to across the road there is Compass. It's run by a former pupil, and when I go by, I sometimes have a chat to him and we mull over bygone days. He's nearly as old as me now, and I've never actually been there for a drink or something to eat. One of our stop-off places though is quite often the Paradise Beach. And the Paradise Beach is where another place that Leapy Lee will, I think, be playing again this summer. I might have a board to let us know. They've got big screens for various events, and you can usually find a table where you can get a drink or a bite to eat.
We'll carry on a bit more.
Paradise Beach Bar, but as Anita says, we're going to carry on. No children with us today to go in the park. But, girls like it in there. Il Chiringo on the beach. We've been past there a few times, been really busy. But really nice to walk along this promenade. And the beauty of it, it's flat. So I did have a message to me.
Not quite like Lyme Regis. That's very hilly.
Not quite like Lyme Regis where we were last week, and that's very hilly. The front's okay, but as soon as you go away from the front, it's very, very hilly. But here it's really mostly flat, and I was received an email from someone asking me about with a wheelchair. You can see just how flat it is, and there are toilets. So here's another set of toilets. We're on the middle beach. This one you might need your 50 cents for, but there's one middle one there for disabled. and the others are labelled.
You're in the terrace of the Santa Lucia, isn't it?
Terrace on the top. So yeah, we just seen now in the front is the Santa Lucia Hotel, and they have a roof terrace. You have to have a special armband, wristband, something band, if you want to go up there. It's not open to all clients, it's for their elite. And the Calablanca, well, we're just coming up to the Calablanca now, and it is still a building site. I'm just going to extend my selfie stick. I don't know. What have they done over there? Can you see? Looks though they're actually doing building work. It looks worse now than it did when we were last going past. So there's really quite major construction work going on here. And they're due to open, I believe, in June. So they've got quite a way to go. But if you look next to top floor, there is actually a room there where they've got tables and chairs outside. I'm just wondering whether that's their showroom or something. Really looks quite strange to have that there. Can't imagine they've got one client. If they have, good luck to them. So that's what was the Calablanca. It won't be the Calablanca. It's still going to be partly run by Melia, but in conjunction with Rafa Nadal, who's now branching out of tennis and is going into the hotel industry, amongst many of the other things. He does have a school here, an academy, which is aimed at students who are tennis players, obviously, but it's an academic school. So they teach an American system, which is quite different from the British system of education. And I guess it's even different from the Spanish one. Some bars. Here's Rogers. He's still having a little bit of work done to it. Not quite ready for opening. Most places are. And I bet everybody wishes Roger had got on with his job in the winter time rather than doing it now. It's lunchtime, and people of Barbuda, I'm guessing, are not going to be very happy with that. Barbuda Beach, bar and grill right next door. Looking particularly busy today. There's a bit of a breeze. Hindu. And the Diana Beach. All their tables and chairs out as well. They do breakfast. So they open at 8:30 in the morning. You can come get yourself some breakfast. And the clients they have got have all chosen to sit in the sun. That wouldn't be us. We'd be seeking out the shade. And final one on this side is the Chinese, the Happy Chinese. There's actually quite a few people inside. Swing around and have a look at the beach. So April 2023. That's what it's like. People ask me, I get so many questions and I see it so many times on Facebook, what's the weather like on a particular date? Well, I don't think anybody's going to be brave enough to predict exactly what the weather's like. What you can do is just have a look and see what it was like on the same date in previous years. So we've got a whole load of videos now dating back over the last 2 or 3 years, and if you want to know what the weather was like on any particular date, I'm sure you're going to find something fairly close.
Even though you
most-
can't depend on it.
No, you can't, because it's weather, isn't it? So it could be raining tomorrow. It's not going to be, by the way. Our weather forecast is good right up to the weekend. So, but you can get a general feel, and just looking at the sort of clothes people are wearing on a particular day, will give you a fair idea. But do be prepared at this time of the year. It does go cold in the evening. So actually walking past the Santa Lucia now, and seems to have been quite a long time, but it's open now. It's the restaurant there, people having lunch. I'm guessing they're on either full board or all inclusive.
We're not usually here at lunchtime, are we?
No, not often. Just the terrace on the outside. Shades looking good. Sun's looking hot. So, not long now, Shauna. I know you've got a countdown going. And thanks for reminding me. But not long now until you're in Palmanova, enjoying the beautiful views here and the beach in Palmanova. As we swing around to the third beach. Now, there's interesting. So I was wondering what was going to happen to the Hawaii, and it's now got on the roof. It's called the Leonardo Royal Hotel, and I'm just trying to tell what's happened down the side, but something's happened down the side where it did say before Hawaii. I think it's now changed. It's quite a miracle if they've done that. They must have sandblasted the wall. We'll have to take a closer look. So those of you who are regulars in Palmanova will notice that some of the hotels have actually changed the names because they've been taken over by different groups. And the Hawaii, which I think was part of the Alua group, is now part of the Leonardo group, and so that one now is called the Leonardo Royal. But there was on the side of it, in really big letters, Hawaii before, and I was a little bit interested as to how that was actually going to change. Something interesting on the beach here. Looks like something sprung a leak, and some of the water that usually goes down the culvert isn't actually making it out of the culvert and is coming out there. It's curious, and it's washed a big chunk of the beach away. It's clean water there. Just look up at the Santa Lucia.
Sí, fue impresionante.
Venga, gordo. Vamos, Tyson. Sí.
Three Brothers is open. We went in there actually a couple of weeks ago, 2-3 weeks ago. Getting ready to open there, look. The ice cream cabin is open. That'll be a relief to some people. Now the wind's picking up again.
One of those when we call the girls again. They can pedal.
We had a lot of wind when we were in England and nearly lost my hat a few times. And it's feeling a bit like that here. Suddenly the wind has picked up. So that's the San Matias Beach Hotel, which has been open for a while now actually. Certainly when we were down here a couple of weeks ago and talking to people who were actually staying there, said that had been open for a while. So it's one of the first ones to have opened for the season. There are a couple that have actually been open throughout the season, but so yes, so gone. Here's the Hawaii sign. I just might have to get my other camera out and get a close-up of that there. It's actually letters they've stuck on the side, isn't it? It's embossed. So I'm going to see if I can get a close-up of the Leonardo Royal Hotel. So that's the Leonardo Royal Hotel, and just down the side here is where it said Hawaii. Oh, it doesn't anymore. I've got a big sign up and down the side. It says Leonardo Royal Hotel. Well, we just bumped into Alf and Audrey from Teesside, and been followers of our YouTube channel for some time now, and well, they have similar interest. Alf's very interested in classic cars, and used to have a Jowett Javelin. What a classic is that? And sorry?
Who used to have one of those?
I'll think of his name. He was a teacher at Longton when I taught at Longton High School. So now we need to find somewhere for a little refreshment. I don't think it's going to be Ciso's. Ciso's is looking very busy. And they've got some live music on there. Is that new for this year? I don't know. Very busy at Ciso's. Is that Liam? Toilets for this beach are just over there in the trees. Pardon?
They haven't finished the beach here. They've got all the beds and umbrellas to finish.
So yeah, still got some umbrellas to put out, and still got some beds to distribute. So they've got a tractor on the beach. It's nice when you bump into people like Alf and Audrey and you can actually put a face to a name. Alf and Audrey do write comments on the YouTube channel, and I do try to reply to all of those comments. If you reply on Facebook or somewhere else, I may not see it, so it really needs to be a reply on the YouTube channel if you want me to make a comment. I do like to receive those, and if you've got any questions, well, I can always try to answer them. I'm not promising I'd have all the answers, but I can help where I can. This is the Cantina Sol.
Have a drink here.
Yeah, if we can't get into the olive tree, that's our fallback, I think, for the moment. Some shops up there if while you're in Palmanova you fancy doing a spot of shopping. I'm just going to check to see if they've got a table for a drink. It's looking pretty full actually. Well, we were lucky today. The olive tree does have room, though it looks to me as though almost every table is actually taken. So they are really busy, but we've managed to get in. And Anita's on a new drink. I've got my usual pint of shandy. Look at this. What's that you're drinking, dear?
Aperol, probably my new drink.
I'll enjoy that. Cheers, everybody.
Cheers.
I just had a lovely drink at the Olive Tree. It's one of our go-to places here in Palmanova. It sort of reaches the end of this beach and it means we've got to start walking back. And it was nice to see Emmanuel there. We've been there before, seen him, and nice to see him. And well, we're going to make our way back now and enjoy the views as we go. Right. My legs always get a bit stiff when I've sat down for a while. I need to get them moving again. It is a little bit breezy, you might be able to tell from the palm trees across the way there. But still lots of people on the beach. Must be a warm breeze. Nearly time to break out the shorts.
Hello.
Hello. Oh, nice to see George again from Sweden. And he's just off to CISO's to see Liam live. And we'll just meander back to the car. I've already done my 10,000 steps. I don't know how many of you've done.
How do you know?
Because mine clicked up 10,000 hours ago. I must have done a lot more steps than you, dear. So when I stop off at the olive tree, I have a shandy, really nice shandy with lemon rather than lemonade. And Anita had this Aperol,
but it was a bit bitter.
a bit bitter. So I gave her a taste of my shandy, and I think she preferred that actually.
I did actually. Why didn't you swap?
Why don't you drink shandy? It's a really nice, refreshing drink. There was a football match on. This is the West Ham match, I think. West Ham versus Arsenal. So one of the great success stories of lockdown. It's beginning to feel a lot like summer, that's for sure.
Steve, lovely work.
Oh, thank you very much. Oh, really nice to see some more people who've been watching and enjoying our videos through the lockdown. Just see the football on up there. Very busy in CISOs. Just looking up at the San Matías beach, and there's a camera up there, so I'm guessing that's a beach camera for this beach in Palmanova. And busy, lots of people around the pool here enjoying the sunshine. Got breezy again.
It is.
Go back this way, I can have a look to see what shops there are open. Looks like most of the places are open there. Really is breezy. It's always a bit breezy here, but especially breezy now. You can see the palm trees blowing. Covers are off the parking meters. Not sure why there's a parking meter there, because there's nowhere around here you can actually park. Strange. Hey.
Hello. Down here with Angela, won't we?
Yeah. There's the Santa Lucia, all open and running now, and minibus dropping off, picking up. Majorca is now open. Well, will be open later on, because it's very open now.
Well, I did put a short sleeve top on, and I'm glad I changed.
It's just windy. I think we've chosen a breezy place to walk past. Just have a look there. Always a lot of mobility scooters there. They are available to hire. So make an inquiry at the hotel. Blew my hat away. Oof.
A bit like Liam de Solent.
Ah, this is lovely. It's refreshing. Now, Jim, if you're still watching, we're coming up to Monroe's. We didn't get as far as Pappy's Bar, but we will make it there one day. Tintin's not open yet, but as you'll see in front, Monroe's is open. Gelatius is open,
Tintin's one.
and Taylor's.
There's a nice drink here, isn't it?
Yeah, in fact, all really nice places around here. I had one of their burgers, which was really good.
Yeah, the food here was lovely.
Lots of cyclists. It's at the peak of the cycling season, apparently. People on their bicycles. There's a cycling island. Given a few weeks more, and it'll start to be too hot for cyclists. So it is the cyclist season right now. We're just coming up on the right. So you can't see it really very much now, is the Calablanca under construction or destruction. It's just a shame for these bars and businesses across the road because they've got this right in front of them. There's obviously still a lot of work. Yeah, we were really happy to go there.
We come here with Monroe Marcia, couldn't we?
It's a place we could go to yet. This is the remains of the Calablanca. Just looking at the size of the girders there. Some serious construction work going on inside. It's going to be really quite interesting.
Good to see you.
Hello!
We said we'll come here again. We've got friends we'll bring to see you. Nice
Good to see you.
How are you? You alright?
We will come back, we promise.
Day by day you are.
Well, we didn't expect to be stopping off at Tandoori Nights, but we've been persuaded. We're only going to have a drink though, mind. We're not going to have anything to eat. But they're always very hospitable people here.
Hello, my name is Mirza. I am from Tandoori Night Indian restaurant
The best,
from
the
Palmanova.
best Indian restaurant in Mallorca.
Best in Palmanova, for sure.
Yeah, 100% sure. 200%. Everything we cook fresh.
So Anita's been persuaded to have a glass of red wine, and I've been persuaded to have a beer. So cheers. Tandoori Nights. Well, we weren't expecting to stop at the Tandoori Nights for a drink, but we did in the end. Really hospitable people. They bought us a drink. So thank you very much to Tandoori Nights. We will be back because it's one of the places we keep saying that we need to come back to. We have eaten there a couple of times before, and we've always had a great meal, and the people who work there have been very attentive. So yeah, somewhere for us to go back to in Palmanova. We're just heading back to our car. Still got quite a walk there. Very
That sounds
busy.
a bit busy. Football.
This is Rumbo's, and one that's been of interest to many people was the Bora. So the Bora has now changed hands and is now part of Taylor's. But, hopefully not changed too much. It's got a little bit of the Taylor's about it. Hello. Certainly very lively in there.
It's where we used to see Andy Dixon.
In Bora.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sadly, another friend who's passed away. Good to see Banana Joe's is open, and the Tobacco's is closed. That's good news. But Castaways is open next to it, El Tano, and we've got the place with the best cocktails in town. Now there was an interesting photograph of that on Palmanova website. I think they got something in the way, and it looked. I think it might have been from there. No, you probably can't see it. But there we go. The best in town.
The best what?
What does it say? Just come here. What does it say on that sign? The best? No, you've got to read it from here. No. You read it from here. What does it say? The best?
Cocktails.
It's not exactly what you see though, is it? There's the children's play area. Busy over there. Must be half time. West Ham Arsenal. That's the Reflex bar. And now we're out to the breeze. It feels quite warm again.
It's amazing what a difference.
So this is Paradise Beach and the different entertainment they've got. Monday and Fridays are not shown. So I don't know whether Lee is here. He might usually be a Friday, so I don't know. We'll see. These are the red and yellow buses. These are the ones where you tap on and tap off. You must remember to tap on and on. Roof terrace.
I wouldn't like to sit there.
And the cheapest way to use those buses is to use a card, credit card, debit card. And you tap on and you tap off. The reason for the tapping on and tapping off is because you'll get charged the full length of the ride if you don't tap off. So you tap on and tap off, you just get charged for the length of the journey. That doesn't apply on the EMT buses. The ones that are in Palma, the EMT buses, you only need to tap once because they only have one fare. A few people over there playing volleyball. Nice shady spot.
Yes, definitely.
Is that new?
Love that new one, Lula.
Ooh, yeah.
What's in there?
Accessories. It's one we've not noticed before.
It's a new one.
Right next to the Hotel Tropico. Looks as though the cocktail bar's getting ready to open up.
Adverts for pirates here.
A nice big advertisement here for Pirates, voted Mallorca's #1 attraction, Pirates Adventure. Certainly one we've enjoyed many times in the past.
Last year.
I think we did it last year.
It was Laura and Nick, didn't we?
Yeah, I think we did. Yeah. So if you've got the code PN10 is the code which will get you 10% off. Palmanova 10, PN10. You can book that online. There's a couple of shows like that we really enjoy, so that's one of them. And the other one is quite an incredible show called Sonamar, and that's a show with dancing, music, with magic, all sorts of things, but a great evening's entertainment. It used to be a dinner show. But now, when you book your tickets, there are different levels. You don't have to have a dinner with it. You buy your snacks while you're there, which we found quite reasonable. Buy your drinks at your table. Certainly somewhere we'd have to go back to.
Was das schon zahlen?
Oh yeah, sorry, just another one of our favourite places to eat in Palmanova is Nova e Tapa. They do a great selection of tapas, and we've taken the family there. We had a really good time.
Careful.
We'll get across here. Indian Chinese, sorry, wrong country. They do a menu there. It's just up the steps. And this is the lemon place, Le Mans. We actually use this for booking. We've used it to book Marineland. Actually got us a better price than online, so it was worth it. Just at the top there, stadium. It says open 7 days till late. And they usually have a board next to the Tintin perfume shop. So indeed they do. Open every day from 7:30. That's the stadium, free entrance. place to go to have a really great night, I think.
Have you ever been?
I have actually, yes. No?
Yeah,
I think I've only ever been once. Supermarkets that weren't open are now open, and this is Sea Rose restaurant, which we haven't been to for quite a while, so I think it's another one on our list. Oh, goodness gracious, there are so many places here we've got to go to. And how we're going to fit them all in. It's quite a nice part of Sea Rose where you can come and have a drink or a paella. None left on that one though. See the signs that some of the pine trees have actually gone. It's actually quite good news, but they need to be replaced, not with concrete, with palm trees. There's another one. Right. Problem with the pine trees, well, there's a couple of problems. One is the roots tend to break up the pavement, but the other one, which is more annoying to us as residents, is that during the early months of the year they have nests which produce processionary caterpillars, and the processionary caterpillars can be, well, quite dangerous actually, cause rashes. People with allergies can be very serious, and particularly to animals as well. So replacing pine trees with palm trees in Palmanova would seem to be a good idea, so long as they don't do that one there. That one there needs to stay because that's really a bit of Palmanova history.
I wouldn't get rid of that.
Jim McDonald was asking me where the statue of Elvis was. Well, there you go, the LA American Diner over there. It's another place we've not been to, we need to go, and Rossini's next to it,
Just opening.
and Porticore, all places we either have been or we want to go. Place we have been and will go back to is My Tapas, and we certainly enjoyed the tapas there when we went, next to Tutti Frutti, which is a favourite of our grandchildren because they sell ice cream. Another one bites the dust. It's surprising how many pine trees have actually gone. There's a restaurant across the road called Mr. Pollo. Was that called Mr. Pollo before? If it was, I missed out on the Breaking Bad reference. Anyone who's seen Breaking Bad will know what I mean. If you haven't seen Breaking Bad, you won't know what I mean.
Watch it. It's really
Perhaps one of the best
we should watch that
best
again.
series on TV. Well, if you like that sort of thing, I suppose. It does get a bit gruesome at parts. Oh, we're going to finish by the heart. And here is where there used to be pine trees, but there aren't anymore. The pine trees have been replaced by palm trees. And we're in Palmanova, so that's exactly what we should have. Palm trees in Palmanova. And here is the Calvia Heart. So we've had a lovely day today in Palmanova. A nice long walk and a lovely drink at the Olive Tree, and then an unexpected drink at the Tandoori Night. And well, we're going to go home now, and Anita's planning a barbecue.
You are.
Oh, I am. Okay. Well, I might do that in my siesta while I'm asleep. So thanks very much for watching, and we look forward to seeing you in our next video. So bye for now.
Bye.
Bye bye.
Wow, that's so good.
And the cyclists.